Students, now we will discuss about epidemic of diseases. So first of all, what is an epidemic? When many people in one area get the same infectious disease all at the same time, then we can say that it is the epidemic of diseases. Means when the epidemic of disease is spread, many people from a particular area become ill with the same diseases at the same time, and this is means that is called as a epidemic of diseases. So germs of the diseases like flu or the conjunctivitis spread through the air. Then germs like disease like the cholera, they spread through the water. In this way, the epidemic of diseases spread through the air, food or the water. So how the water get contaminated? So sometimes water gets mixed with the feces of person who is suffering from the cholera, and it gets contaminated. When people drink this contaminated water, an epidemic of cholera spread. Means if any one person is suffering from the cholera and he go to the latrine nearby the sources of water, then that feces mixed with the water, and if we will the people or the person who will drink the same contaminated water, they will also suffer from the same disease. So we have to avoid this, and when we are suffering from any diseases, we have to take care of ourselves. During the rainy season, or when there is an epidemic of any diseases that spread through the water, at that time we have to boil the water before drinking, because boiling kills the germs, that is the disease causing germs. Whatever be germs are present in the water, when you will boil the water, that germs will be killed. So before drinking water, we have to boil the water. Germs of the cholera, we have discussed that spread through the feces of the patient or the person. So if such contaminated water is used for the drinking, others also get infection. And so during the epidemic of cholera, water should be boiled. Boiling destroys the germs in the water, and therefore we are protected against the germs. So we have to keep our health safe. We should not we should not drink the water without boiling. We should drink boiled water only. Now one more disease is, that is the jaundice. How does the epidemic of jaundice spread? So epidemic of jaundice spread through the contaminated water and the food. The microorganisms causing the jaundice are present in the that is the fecal, that is the feces of matter of the patient. If such feces gets mixed with the river or the lake water, the water gets contaminated. Then if such water is used by the other people for the drinking, the germs causes infection to all of them. In this way, if the water sources gets contaminated, many people get jaundice at a time. Thus the epidemic of jaundice is spread. So we have to take care that we should if we are people or the person who is suffering from all such type of diseases like the flu or the conjunctivitis or cholera or jaundice, that person should take care of his own. He should not contaminate the water, or he should not go to the in the contact with the other persons, because they will also suffer from the same disease. Then prevention of the infectious diseases. So what we have to take care to prevent all these diseases, what we should do? So first of all, what we have to do, that the preventive measures we have to take, that purification of water at water works. Then there are the different ways in which the spread of disease is prevented. They are called as the preventive measures or the prevention of disease. So what preventive measures we have to take? That is first, purification of water at the water works. Means whatever the water sources are there from where we are getting the water, that water should be purified. So it is the purification of water at the water works. Then adding bleaching powder to the community water sources. Whatever water we are getting to our tap from the gram panchayat or municipality, so at the water works where the what that is in that water should be purified by adding the bleaching powder. Then boiling the water before drinking. At home we have to boil the water before drinking, because boiling kills or the destroy the germs. All these measures can stop the spread of waterborne diseases. Means whatever be diseases spread through the contaminated water, that will get stopped. Then by covering the food, it does not get contaminated with the dust and the dirt. Means we have to take care that we should always keep the food covered. If you will keep the food open, then what will happen? The germs or flies or the other insects will sit on that food, and that water will get contaminated. And if we will eat such a contaminated food, then the it is very means it is not good for our health. So we have to cover the food, it does not so that the food does not get contaminated with the dust and the dirt. The microorganisms causing the diseases spread through the flies, and by covering the food, this contamination will not take place. The spread of foodborne diseases are in this way they can prevented. Then there should not be any stagnant water in the surroundings. Stagnant means the water should not collect at a one place, because if water get collected at a one place for a long period, then there should be chances of breeding of mosquitoes, and it is very dangerous for us. So there should not be stagnant water in the surroundings. Always the water should be flow away. So if stagnant water accumulates, spraying insecticides can kill the insects, and by this measure we can prevent the breeding of mosquitoes. Means if at any place water is collected, if the stagnant water is collected at a one place, immediately we have to spread the insecticides there, so that insecticides can kill the insects. And by using this measure, we can prevent the breeding of mosquitoes, and then through this we can avoid the epidemic like malaria, that can be controlled by this way. So all these are the preventive measures. So we should means also, if the people who have a serious infectious disease like the tuberculosis or the swine flu, they are quarantined. Means they should be isolated themselves, they should not mix with the other people, they should keep their clothes utensils separately. Other people should not use their clothes or the utensils used by these patients. So also the person who is suffering from the tuberculosis, that person should not be spit anywhere, because in that spittle of that person the tuberculosis germs are present, and if that person will spit on the road or the anywhere, that germs will spread in the atmosphere, and that can be dangerous to the other people. So and sometimes if we are using the vessels of these persons, that some germs may be stick or collected in that vessel, and then also if we will use same vessel, then that germs will go in our body. So to avoid this, we have to use the germicide. We should not use that patient's utensils or the clothes. Then to prevent the spread of the diseases through the air, the people should cover the mouth when sneezing or coughing and avoid the spitting in the open space. Means when person is suffering from this diseases like tuberculosis, swine flu, that diseases spread through the air, that person while sneezing or coughing, we should cover our mouth with the handkerchief or with our hand. We should not spit anywhere in our surroundings. And if it is necessary to be with such a patient, a mask should be worn to cover the nose and the mouth. Means if you are coming in contact, if it is very necessary to come in contact with such persons, at that time what we have to do, that we have to cover our face or with the mask, or that patient should be cover the his mouth with the mask, so that the nose and the mouth, so that that germs will not spread out, that will not come out. So if someone in the family gets an infectious disease, the government and health department should be informed, so that necessary steps for preventing the spread of diseases can be taken. Now vaccination. So what is vaccination? Vaccination is a way of prevention of a disease. Body develops resistance to due to the vaccination. It means that when the person is given a vaccine against the specific disease, then that person develops the resistance to that disease. This process of giving vaccine is called as a vaccination. Resistance means that person means he can fight against the diseases, so that is the resist. So he can fight against the diseases. So when there is an epidemic of disease in the particular area, in that area what we have to take care, that when the disease producing microorganisms enters our body, the body resists the disease or fights the germs, and that's why many times we do not get a disease even if germs enter in our body. So we have to vaccination we have to get take the vaccines against these diseases. To prevent these diseases, we have to take the vaccines. So vaccines given to the children are like this, that is the anti-tuberculosis vaccine, that is the BCG. This BCG vaccine is given after the birth, in the first few days, means in a that 15 days, within 15 days after the birth of newborn baby. Then triple vaccine is there. Triple vaccine means what? That is the diphtheria, whooping cough, tetanus, and the oral polio dose are given at a 1.5 month, and 2 more doses repeated after an interval of 1 month.